So anyway, you mentioned these rookies. You mentioned, oh well, you didn't mention it
Yes.
by name, but Nathan Smith. We do have something to talk about with I believe it's a press conference scheduled for Monday. I know Craig Morgan was reporting on something scheduled for Monday.
Yes, I believe so. So that's good news because, a lot of people were like, oh, why would he want to play here? Blah, 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 blah. There's typical narrative that we hear about literally everything Coyotes related. Oh, they're building they're building a playground for the children in the kindergarten. Yeah, but where are they going to play? Are they going to play in the cafeteria in the school? No,
I love that analogy. It's actually a pretty solid analogy.
yeah, every single time. But it just shows they're pulling people in. They're getting looks from these college students. Nathan Smith went all the way to the finale in the Frozen Four. They ended up losing. I think it was pretty handily, like 5-1 to Denver. But he had a pretty good tourney. He had a game winner in the previous game where they won 1-0. And overall he had a pretty good season with Minnesota State. I think it's the Mavericks. I think Mavericks. I don't remember. Minnesota State.
Like a bull as their logo. So
yeah, I don't remember. Minnesota State, and he had 50 points in 38 games. 19 of those were goals. 31 were assists. He was in nomination for the Hobie Baker, which is like the MVP of the NCAA hockey. So didn't end up winning it. I think that went to another Mick name. I think that was McKay who won it. But he had a good season. He's going to come in, play a couple games for the Coyotes right before the end of the season. We are desperate for centers. That is, when you have Christian Fisher as one of your centers, that's not good.
We have Christian Fisher playing. That's not good. But yeah, no, playing as center is even worse. But there was some good news. I don't remember if Tournier said that he's on this trip. I think they said he did. Jack McBain is pretty close to making his debut for the Coyotes, and I think they said if he doesn't play on this trip, he should play when they come back home. So we're gonna get to see some Jack McBain. I'm pretty excited for that. Who do you pair him with though? I'm assuming maybe Michelli, maybe Schmaltz, because Schmaltz they keep bringing between center and wing. I liked him better at the wing last year. This year I think he's made some improvements at center, so I don't really care where you put him, but who do you think they're gonna pair McBain and Smith with, or do you think they throw Smith and McBain on the same line?
I'll get to that in just a second. I just had like a total epiphany. I think that McBain would be incredible with Lawson Krause. I know you talking about McBain. I was like, I think Lawson Krause is out with a hand injury for the rest of the season. But I was just like, wow, actually that would be a really good pairing, McBain and Krause. But for where he's going to play coming in the next couple of games, I think so. I think he's going to play probably on that first line. I think Barrett Hayton has looked good the past couple of games. Hasn't really hit the score sheet, but he's definitely around the net, causing havoc, trying to make plays. So that's good to see.
It's funny that he finally got one goal for all. He probably should have another 5 or 6 with his effort. But the one he got was that weird shot where he left his feet last night against Vegas. It was a setup from Cody over to him, and it's just they posted on Twitter. It's like caption this, and it's just the dumbest picture, but it's great.
Yeah, I think if I had to guess, because that line that you were just talking about, Hayden, Carconi, and Schmaltz ended up scoring against Vegas. If I had to guess, he'd probably be on line 2 with probably Nick Ritchie and Matthias Michelli on the other side. If I had to guess, but we don't know because Nathan Smith could be ready to go, right? So what if we saw a line? I don't remember what stick hands the two players are. We could see a line where it's just like, hey, you two are playing together, and whatever draw, if you're opposite stick hands, I could be wrong. They might be the same stick hand, but if they're opposite stick hands, it's like, hey, you take the strong draw and you take the other strong draw. We see that sometimes with, other teams. I want to say, I'm drawing a blank on teams, but it's like a common thing, like if you're in one circle, then that player will take the draw, and if you're in this circle, that player will take the draw. I mean, just to give an example would be, I think Schmaltz and Boyd did that for a little bit this season, and we could see the same thing.